Okay, so if you're watching this video, you've probably seen all the videos about the DJI Mic 1 versus the DJI Mic 2 versus the Rode. And a lot of people are saying that the DJI Mic 2 specifically sounds very muffled. And I figured it out. It's actually a user error. It's actually us. Me and a bunch of your other content creators probably messed up. Now, essentially, the DJI Mic 2 comes with a low cut filter enabled out the box, which essentially guarantees that you're gonna have muffled audio. I'm gonna show you exactly how to deactivate the low cut filter and then also give you a clear unbiased sound between the DJI Mic 2 and the DJI Mic 1, which is essentially what I'm doing right now. I've got them magnetized together. Now, this wasn't intentional, and I don't think other reviewers even noticed it because it's a new device. It's easy to make mistakes. So essentially what you wanna do is you wanna grab your receiver. That's very precarious right there. All right, so essentially you're gonna go to your DJI receiver. You're going to scroll to one side. You're going to select transmitter settings. The first option is the low cut filter. You want to click that one again. And then obviously you want to go from on to off. Now, once you go into the off position, you will get clear audio. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm going to give you a quick test. I'm going to put this on. I'm going to seal it. Go back in, confirm, swipe back out, whatever. Okay, cool. So now you're listening to the DJI Mic 2 with the low cut filter enabled, and of course it's not going to sound as great. It's going to sound kind of muffled. And obviously once I deactivate the low cut filter, which I'll do in a second, it'll go back to normal. So this whole time reviewers have been comparing this sound, this muffled low cut filter sound, to the plain DJI Mic 1 sound, and of course Rode as well. So of course it's going to sound worse. I just had those transmitters in the frame focused instead of me. Whatever. Anyway, let's switch this back real quick. So super easy to turn off that setting, and essentially once you do that, you should no longer have muffled or bad audio. So if you're thinking about returning your DJI Mic 2, or you think the DJI Mic 1 sounds better or the Rode sounds better, double check that you don't have that low cut filter enabled. Essentially, I found this out because I got a comment on one of my videos and a guy was like, yo, double check that your low cut filter's off. And he was 100% right. I guess at some point when I factory set these devices, I didn't double check that the low cut filter was off, and that skewed all of my testing. The reason I'm making this video is because I want to be honest with you. I could have swept this under the rug, waited for a firmware update, and then said, wow, DJI magically fixed it. But the truth is, it's just user error, and it wasn't intentional. All right, cool. So I just edited that portion of the video you watched, and I'm going to give you a recap. I'm going to preface some things, and then I'm going to give you some more solutions. Also, if you want a tip to make your DJI Mic 2 sound even better with EQ, like post-production, stay tuned. I'll give you that at the end. So first things first, the DJI Mic 2 sounds better once you turn off the low cut filter. It was a given. Of course, it was going to sound better once you turn off the low cut filter. That being said, the DJI Mic 1 still sounds better. The DJI Mic 2 doesn't sound as deep and dynamic, but I think that's because it has a flatter response. And depending where you are in your audio journey, you want a flat response on your mic so you can EQ and post. You don't want a big boomy bassy mic all the time. Some people do, some people don't. It's subjective. And that's what I want to preface. Audio is extremely subjective. The way that I tested this versus the environment that I'm recording in, which is a New York City apartment with hard surfaces, versus the headphones that you use to listen to this audio, all make a difference. Even uploading this video right now to YouTube changes and compresses things. So at the end of the day, as long as you're choosing a system, and this is the next thing we're going to talk about, you want to make sure that you pick a system that works for you. If you like DJI because of the form factor, the 32-bit float, the convenience, the charging case, that you don't have to use an app plugged into your computer to change the settings, the touchscreen on the receiver is a game changer right there. If you like that about DJI, get the DJI system. If you like Rode and you like timecode, locking lavs, and you want out the box crispy bassy audio, I don't blame you. Go for that system too. I even think the Hollyland Max sounds really good, but it doesn't have 32 bits, so I don't pick it. None of my videos are designed to sway you in one way or another. It's just to give you unbiased information, because at one point I was you watching this video and I had a limited budget and I didn't know where to spend that money. And I wish I would have had somebody honest to tell me, don't do this or don't do that. And that's the type of content you can expect from my channel. So I'm going to sprinkle in some audio samples from when I was out in New York City. I think I was on a bus. I mean, you guys will see it now. I'm running the camera with like auto ISO. I don't think it's exposing for me the way it should. It's giving me more of like a cinematic kind of effect. Honestly, I gotta tweak the settings because it's dark. It's dark here in New York City. It's dark. It's cold. And right now the ISO on the camera is 100. We may go up to 200, I guess, if I really needed to. But yeah, I'm also running a shotgun mic on the top of my camera, which just looks absolutely obnoxious. But it's just for scratch audio, for good scratch audio. And it lets people know I'm vlogging, because some people are like really weird about that kind of thing. And now this is for the people who stayed to the end. If you want to know how to make your DJI Mic 2 sound even better, there's a couple things you can do, which you should be doing anyway if you're a content creator doing audio. From this point on, I'll be talking strictly into the DJI Mic 2. Everything that you're hearing from the DJI Mic 2 is now been EQ'd. And this EQ should vastly improve what you hear from the flat, I say that with quotation marks, the flat response that comes out the box. Now, me personally, no, I don't want the headache of doing more work. People say it's more work to EQ, and I'd rather have something that sounds great out the box. The truth is that I'm EQing my audio no matter what. No matter what. Doesn't matter what I'm filming, my audio is getting EQ'd. The same way that 9 out of 10 times, if I'm filming something, I've got to adjust the color. It's just part of the game, the creative game. So if you like the way this EQ sounds, I made a separate video. It's a little bit older video. I didn't know the low cut thing was not enabled at the time, but watch that video because the steps are the same. It's like 4 or 5 easy steps. I think it's 4 to get your DJI mic from sounding flat like this, low response, not a lot of bass, no nothing, to sounding 10 times better, kind of like this, where it sounds a lot more deep and full and enjoyable. So yeah, hopefully that helps you in your buying decision or your return decision. I'm not pressed either way, even though these videos are time consuming. I've got a lot more content coming soon. Just for shits and giggles, let's switch to this mic. Yeah, so I've got, let me put these down. So yeah, I've got a lot more content coming soon because I've got to feed the algorithm. I've got to get those AdSense dollars, and that's mostly going to come from me reviewing tech and me vlogging in New York City. And those vlogs are coming soon because, I mean, they're sitting on my hard drive. I just got to chop them up. The more I try to edit these vlogs, the more I realize I probably have to just do like a voiceover and just have like cinematics, which kind of does work. So yeah, I'm not making this video to discredit anybody. I know there's a couple creators like Curtis and Wayne Rex. Curtis had an actual issue with his DJI Mic 2 that was muffled. I think he just had a lemon of a unit. Wayne Rex also did some audio testing. I don't know if he knew that the low cut filter was enabled on his unit. I didn't know either. So it could just be an honest mistake. And the fact that audio is subjective, when you put audio side by side, I said this in another video, comparison is the biggest detractor of happiness. If you want to be happy, you cannot compare yourself. Of course, if you're into tech, you're constantly comparing different cameras, different audio equipment, different lighting. It's just the name of the game. But when it comes to me and a couple other creators out there, the truth is that I have enough money and I have enough clout to get any audio wireless system that I want. I live in New York City. I can take the train to B&H, hand the guy my credit card, and pick up any system I want. And even though DJI sent me the DJI Mic 2, I had the DJI Mic 1 for a long time, and I can even sell the DJI Mic 2 for cash and keep the DJI Mic 1, I'm still gonna keep the DJI Mic 2. And it's because of that 32-bit audio flow. But again, that's just my personal preference. Choose a system that works for you. Hopefully this clarifies the whole DJI Mic debacle. Test this out on yours because as creatives, you have to trust but verify. Test this out on your unit. Let me know if it solved all your issues with the DJI Mic 2. And I'll see you guys in the next one.